Okay, here's my SEMA review. This is day one. You walk in, there's this GTR, really nice. I don't know if it's like a R or whatever. I never got into the exact models, but this is not really about the cars that are going to be coming out here. Maybe I'll speak about some of them, but mainly like the overall experience is kind of what I want to talk about. First of all, super lucky to be able to go through work. My bosses have this kind of thing where technician that produces the most hours and kind of earns it gets to go. Um, so it was one just awesome that I got to go, and also it was kind of like a mini vacation. It was like a 5 days or like a 7 day thing, including the weekend. And I wasn't prepared for all of this. They did tell me multiple times, like, "Hey, man, like it's pretty awesome, but you're also gonna be doing a lot of walking." And I was like, "Oh yeah, man, I could walk. I can walk all day, dude." And I was 100% wrong. And that's because I have some of these shoes that are like made for this, like running and walking. The Hokas. I don't know exactly which ones, but they're pretty comfortable, a little bit comfortable. And within like 4 hours of this, I was like, dude, I want to sit down. So that was one of the major hurdles that I had to overcome was like going to sleep and then knowing the next day I was about to walk so much. But it still didn't it didn't make me not want to go because there's so many cool things to see, a lot of cool builds, a lot of things that you normally don't get to see just out in the wild. Like these cars were all put together really nice. Some of them weren't. We've all seen the TikToks and the reels and the shorts, whatever. Some of these cars that were there, but overall, some of these cars were really done well, and a lot of things that I know I missed. A lot of cool little details that I know people just you like looking at it, you won't ever notice it. It's till later, or maybe till the builder explains it to you. Like, hey, did you notice it? So there's a lot of cool things out there. Let's see. A lot of it is also just like it's. I think the whole point. I didn't really know what SEMA was, but I think the whole point is like vendors are selling things because a lot of these cars were there just to show certain pieces of things like speakers or audio or wiring or engine swap parts, stuff like that, wheels. So the builder, it wasn't showcasing the builder, I guess, which is kind of what I was expecting more. I don't know why I was expecting like for there to be like so many builders and all of them kind of be around their car and just be like yeah, I built this. This is the vision I had for it. Boom, 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 boom. But it was more so like just companies maybe hiring somebody to build the cool car and then they're just and we're gonna provide you with like the speakers and the interior blah blah blah. I think I didn't get to do a whole lot of talking to like any of these people because I was like I who am I to be, I don't know what to ask these people. um Another thing that I found kind of like difficult and annoying was trying to get good video and good pictures of any of these cars or motorcycles or anything because there's just so much people or so many people just everywhere. And some of these like okay, so this one was like blocked off, so even if you wanted to get closer, you couldn't. But for the most part, a lot of them where you can get like right up to the car and look at it, and there'll be people in the way. Like so, you could never get a clean shot of the car. It was just somebody was always standing there, somebody was looking at it, and that's kind of the whole point is because everybody's doing the same thing you like that you are doing. And if you want to get a clean shot, you just have to either sit there and wait or no, yeah, that's the only option. Just sit and wait and hope that it kind of clears up for a bit and you can get what you need to get. This is one of my favorite cars here. This is kind of more or less what I was talking about on those builds that I was talking about. Like it's like you can tell they just like went through the whole thing, and everything is like one off. Everything is just like they hand built everything. It looks amazing. And this was for the I don't McGuire's, I think. Yeah, the McGuire's booth. So it's just like cleaning stuff. Also, this other skyline from I think it's from Fast and the Furious. I have no idea. I think I only ever saw the first and second one. Oh, you know what? Maybe. I know I recognize it. I just don't know which movie it's from. Also, some really cool like company cars or manufactured cars that they put out there were really nice. This one was crazy. I didn't have enough time to go over everything on this car just to see it like for my own self, like not record it, but actually go through it and see everything. It was just too many things. See, the exhaust alone was crazy. I think they said they 3D printed the exhaust, which was crazy, crazy stuff. One of my favorite builds there, just because of all the new technology and the way it looks. I guess, well, not the way it looks. I kind of wasn't a huge fan of the way it actually looked, but I appreciated all the craftsmanship and all the new tech that went into it, and it looked cool, just not kind of my thing. But it was awesome. Like, look at that. The car was everything was touched and changed on that car. Everything. This is one of my favorite cars that I've seen. I've seen it on YouTube several times, and I didn't know it was gonna be there because I don't know what it's called. I don't know who built it. I don't even know what booth this was. I just know that I went and I looked at it, I spotted it, and I was like, dude, that's such an awesome car. I mean, it's full on race car kind of stuff, but I like it. It is cool. And I sorry, I started getting into the cars, but the overall review was just like it's so much walking and so much area to cover. Like if you think you're gonna see everything when you go to SEMA, you are more than likely not. Just because there's like nooks and crannies everywhere, like booths that are facing the other way that you might have just walked by and then not come back around that time. So I guess a couple like tips I would have is if you want to cover or see mainly just the vehicles, there's usually just one building for that. And well, I'll get to this right now, but there's mainly one building that's gonna have all these cars. And I would suggest doing like a sweep, just go all the way one way, all the way back, all the way one, like just sweep it all the way, and hopefully you get to see everything because there's just a lot of stuff to see. And and if that's it, then you can maybe you could take like 2 or 3 days to cover all of that, and not worry so much about the other stuff because some of the other stuff was just like vendors, like just straight up selling tires, suction cup things to have your grill hanging off your truck, but it's suction cups to the truck, which is actually pretty cool. I already forgot the name of that company, but it just like suction cups to the truck or the car, and you can put like a grill on it. It'll have tables. They sell multiple things. Anyway, I would do that. Just find that one building, do the research, be like, okay, I'm gonna do this one, go through it several times, and then if you have time, go to the other ones because this is where they have most of the builds. This is an example of what I was saying, how the people would just be standing there. Like these dudes were just standing there for a while, and they were looking at the car and actually like, I guess, inspecting it and just kind of like trying to get a grasp of how everything was working, how they ran things, I guess, which is fine. But I couldn't get that side because they were still there by the time I left. I was like, all right, well, let me just go to this side and get this angle and then just keep it moving. Some of the other buildings that will be doing like the vending and all that stuff, vendors, they will have a couple cars over there. I know the Ford, like F100 was in one of those booths that was not in the main car area. It was off to another building where they were like selling. I think Ford had its performance stuff, but it was mainly like tires and other things. They didn't have a whole lot of stuff there, but they had that one truck there, which was all carbon fiber, which was super cool. So I was glad I was able to see that. So some of those cars will be in other booths or buildings, I should say. So just be prepared to not see everything, more than likely, um, and be prepared to walk a lot, and be prepared to also eat like not that great because in there the food's really expensive, and you're just gonna want to eat once and then like dip. I think it ends like at 5 or something or 6. I forgot what time they pretty much get everybody out, but you want to get out earlier just because it's mayhem getting out of there. We did do the whole Tesla tunnel thing, which is pretty cool. So it was very efficient and getting in and out was pretty easy. But we would leave like about 2 hours ahead of time. Overall, I had like an awesome time, and I would totally want to do it again and see what else happens and see what other things people come up with, and just be prepared for the walk.